Hi, everybody. Welcome to the first DC Rec podcast. I'm Charlie, if you see me on the street. If you know my music from listening to SoundCloud or any of the other platforms, I'm Chaz Got the Spins. I just want to take a moment and tell you a little bit about what Dabbin Records actually is before we get started with the podcast. Dabbin Records is basically just the label that I, as an artist, Chaz Got the Spins, runs to promote myself and some of my other friends on SoundCloud through playlists and things like that. Right now, I don't distribute for any other artists. What happens in the future remains to be seen with Dabbin Records, but ultimately, I want that label to allow me to maintain all control, including creative, over all of the projects that I put out. So that's basically what Dabbin Records is. Also, be sure to check out the Dabbin Records Super Delicious Winter 2026 playlist on SoundCloud. It's got some of my favorite SoundCloud artists on there, some of the best music that you're going to hear from independent artists around the globe. Be sure to check that out. So the purpose behind this particular series of the DC Rec podcast is to promote my upcoming project for 2026, which is an album called Spare Three Nails. And I'm going to promote that project by answering a series of very simple questions. And the topic of this podcast episodes is the question, why? Why? Why am I doing this? Why at this age am I still writing, recording, promoting my own music, trying to kind of play this game? And the most direct answer is I have to. I have to do this. Like, this soothes my never-ending need for stimulation, and it's the one thing that I don't lose interest in, music. As someone whose brain never shuts off, who needs constant stimulation, music is the gift that keeps on giving, whether it's writing, production, performing, or simply listening for pleasure. When my brain won't shut off, even when my body wants to, music is a stimulant that's safe and gives me something to live for, and not sit in the white room of trying to fill my mind with something because it simply won't shut off. So that's the first answer to why, because I absolutely have to. And I know I'm not the only artist. I think of Peter Gabriel's song, I Have the Touch, Contact, I Need Contact, Shake Those Hands. Maybe people think of a handshake, but I think of a stimulation move, shake those hands. And he's singing about, the tension that won't ease, try drink, food, cigarette, tension will not ease. Well, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on, baby. The lady, maybe she will come and she will take all of this away. That's why you need to hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Another solid answer to the question why is music is my most direct line of communication with the outside world. So many times in speech, in body language, in a look on my face, I have been misunderstood or oftentimes disregarded. And really, my motivation is always the golden rule. I just want everybody to feel like I want to feel. So I, try and treat them the way I would want to be treated. But, that's not always met in the society anymore with. Most people don't want to be treated. is what I've at all anymore. I don't, it's we've gone from a social society that used to go to rock concerts to people who have been devoured by screens and then shut in by this pandemic, and now people are going to like grocery stores at midnight for raves because they just want human. They forget that there used to be other things that bring us together. To me, the thing that always I felt like unified the world, especially growing up in the 80s and 90s, was music. And I found that when I have a way to communicate my ideas through music, I'm not misunderstood. That there is a positive reaction, that people get where I'm coming from, that people will say, hey, you're right on, or I feel this way. That whatever that disconnect is without the music, that goes away when I'm behind the music. And I need that, just like everybody else needs that. I think maybe my favorite answer to the question why, though, is because music is my most creative, safest way for me to rebel. Because I am rebellious. I've been told to my face that I'm an iconoclast. I don't think that's the same thing as rebellion, but again, I think that's a miscommunication. I love tradition, but I just don't like following blindly. And the people that always struck me in my youth who were following the least blindly were artists and musicians, and I just I wanted to become one of them because of that. I felt like what they did mattered, and that I felt like I could do it effectively. And again, to rebel, music is my way of staying non-political. But that word got abused. To me, if I wanted to be political, I would go into politics. And I would have political discussions with other politicians about politics. But when I give, when I stand for something in music, that's not being political. I might have an opinion about politics, but there's nothing that I'm going to do politically about anything. And it's funny to me that artists are under fire right now for being political. They're not. They're under fire for having an opinion, like they always have. And I'm okay with that. I'm okay with being under fire, of all things to be criticized for. Having an opinion, well, it's so common. What's the big deal? The difficult thing about having an opinion in today's society is that, you'll get a label or a tag, and then that tag will lead to a cancellation. And I'm hoping that we're getting to the end of that era, because not every opposing opinion is going to hurt you or bring down your world. People need to have a little bit of discretion about. You can choose not to be offended, and why not choose it? It takes so much less energy to just go about your day and do your righteous thing than it does to think that you're being righteous by standing up to a petty thing, And again, there are degrees, so you have to use of what's petty to me might not seem petty to you. So you have to use things like logic and scale, and you have to pick your battles and make sure that you're backing up the importance of what your battle is, but show that there's goodness in it for somebody other than just you.
And I found this out too. Everybody
what they despise, about who they love, about what they're thinking of, about when they take offense, about their dollars and cents, about the things they hold dear, about the times they felt queer, about what they'll tolerate, about how deeply they hate, about how deeply they hate. That's a real nice sign in your window. What people will notice on this project that's coming out in 2026, this album, this full-length album called Spare 3 Nails, which releases to the world on May 8th, 2026, is that there's a significant change in sound. And the reason is, the truth is, you know, I am a slave to my equipment. I make music with what I can afford. And, you know, at the beginning of this new Seattle era career where I'm releasing music as Chaz Got the Spins, you know, it was very synth and electronic oriented because that's what I could afford and that's what I could get away with in the space that I was living with at the time. And, you know, I remember talking to a drummer in another band about this concept that I was about to do and being criticized. They're like, well, do you even like electronic music? Like, is that your main thing? Is that like what? It's not about that. I need to do this, and I'm going to get my idea across using whatever equipment I have at the time, and I will use it to do what I would do no matter what. And that's the thing, I guess, that makes me most proud, that is, even though the palettes change, I think I have an undeniable style and sound that is Chaz Got the Spins. And that's something that has been, you know, a long time in the works and hard fought and won. I've had to overcome a lot of obstacles to keep making music throughout the years, and now I'm finally in a place where I can do it consistently as a career. And, you know, being a slave to my equipment is okay with me. And honestly, in some ways, I feel like I've made equipment a slave to me because I've always been able to manipulate it to do what I want it to do to get the idea that I want across. Having said that, the big change with Spare 3 Nails is the addition of the Hammond SK Pro to my arsenal of musical voices. It's incredible piano samples in addition to the Hammond organ capabilities that it has. It just makes it's just an amazing instrument for me to manipulate for my purposes to do what I want to do, because now I feel like for the very, very first time in my career, like it's all been leading up to the moment that I get to put this product out, because I finally have the equipment that I need to make the thing that I've been wanting to make my whole life. Like now I'm loosed, and you know, whatever the reasons were that stood between me and the ability, be it, you know, like many years ago, you would have to go to a studio to do what I'm doing now. Now I can do it in the corner of an apartment in Seattle. And I am doing it from the corner of an apartment in Seattle, and I am the one who's in control. And I do every aspect of the music, write it, perform it, produce it, mix it. Like I am every aspect of what you hear. But ultimately, the answer to why is, you know, because life is short and I don't have time to sit around and wait for people to form around me or try and put a band together or wait for the moment or whatever. Like, I sort of used to be naive, and I used to play by those rules, and that's why at 54 I'm turning up the heat. I'm just feel like I'm coming into my own element. If only I would have had this wisdom in my late 20s and 30s, but you don't. And so you gotta do what you have. You gotta do what you want if you're going to be free, and I am going to be free. And music sets me free, and I hope it sets you free too. And I hope my music helps set you free and inspires you to make or share music that sets you free and other people free. And that's why I'm making the album right now, finishing up mixing and redoing some vocals, making the album Spare Three Nails. But before it drops, watch March 20th, 2026. That's when my single comes out, my cover of Joy Division's Disorder. I think you're gonna love it. I took it and made it my own. See what you think. Please check it out, and also check out that playlist and follow all of my the artists on that playlist on SoundCloud. They are excellent. You will not be disappointed with their music. Thanks for listening to this first edition of our podcast. I'm Charlie, aka Chaz Got the Spins, and I'll see you again soon with an update and an answer to another very simple question. Stay free and stay safe.